Morning! Oh, you're pretty tall. Good morning, keyboard cowboys. It's July 13th. Yes, it is, and it is a Tuesday, and there's no better day to be alive because we don't really have a choice otherwise. Anyway, since I've been gone, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering how VidCon was, right? Well, I'm not really going to talk about VidCon. Really, you didn't miss much. It kind of sucked. So anyways, in the news, Roman Polanski was, yeah, right, VidCon was awesome! I got there and I met the Peter, and then we waited around for registration, and then John Green came up, and then he started talking to everyone in line. And then the line got entirely quiet after he started talking, and then he stopped talking, and then we kept being quiet like we were expecting him to say something else that was super profound. But he didn't really have anything to say, so there was this kind of odd, awkward silence between one person and a lot of people. And then we all laughed and continued. I guess it's kind of indicative of my personality that I only got footage of the different speakers actually speaking. I only got about 20 seconds of it. I guess it's also telling of my personality that I forgot both my camera charger and my phone charger. What's telling of my personality here is that I'm an idiot. I mean, I met Wheezy Waiter, Hank and John Green, Michael Aranda, Mystery Guitar Man. Okay, honestly, there were so many of them I can't even remember, and they're all just walking around like regular people. Well, regular people with dozens of other people wanting to talk to them all the time. I didn't get to talk to Zay Frank, though. I was really hoping I'd get a chance to do that, but apparently he's some kind of untouchable person. During one of Hank Green's talks about how to vlog for amateurs, yeah, I know, I went and asked him if I would have a chance to talk to Zay Frank at all. It was both an extremely embarrassing and extremely hopeful moment, and I think Hank Green sensed this because he squatted down to get on my level even though he was on the stage. And he told me that honestly he didn't even get to talk to Zay Frank as much as he'd like to, and he organized the damn thing. Apparently he's a really private person. Even while doing his speech, and he's done a ton of them, he looked really nervous. Zay kind of caught me by surprise in the morning after the opening remarks as I was going towards the escalator. He came walking out behind a partition and I didn't expect it, and I just kind of stared at him. It must have been an intense look because he looked right back at me, and then we locked eyes for a couple seconds. It was kind of like that look, oh, it's just another guy looking at me. The feeling afterwards for me was a mixture of embarrassment and frustration, because I had to go someplace and he had to go someplace, and I didn't really want to bother him, but there was really nothing else I wanted to do at that moment. I had entered VidCon telling myself that the entire experience would only be satisfactory if I got a handshake from Zay Frank. I never really did, but still, it was okay. It was a great experience nonetheless, but I have to wonder, what's it like? What's it like to have thousands of people you don't even know adore you? Thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands, to understand you in the most intimate ways. Like you've been performing in a room with a locked door with a one-way mirror in it. And behind that one-way mirror is another room that people just keep pouring into to watch you. As time goes on and they get more fascinated with their subject, they all want to meet you, right? And frankly, as the guy who's performing, you kind of want to meet them too. After all, you want that recognition. But that one-way mirror, that disconnect. One of the big things that Zay Frank brought up was this. This lens, this is where the connectivity is supposed to happen. If I look closely, I can see my own reflection, but I can never see you. As Zay Frank brought up this problem, nobody talked. Nobody cheered or laughed or clapped or anything. I think it kind of hit us all how this is an innate problem. I also realized that I enjoyed nothing more than hanging out with the YouTubers who I'd come to know. The people behind the cameras were so much more interesting than they were on camera. They became flesh and blood, real people. But I guess that in its own right validates all of it, right? After all, I guess for a lot of us what this is just a way to simulate that form of interaction. It's not quite perfect, but we're getting there. Zay Frank also brought up the point that a lot of the stuff that's being made for social networking is made by people who are socially retarded. The like button? What the fuck is that? So maybe it's a good thing we get to look at ourselves and see how we want to present ourselves in video first. It's like learning the rules of social engagement with robots or something, I don't know. But regardless of whatever problems video blogging has, VidCon was the most amazing weekend of my life. And if nothing else, then this points to the fact that something about what we do is working. So I'm just gonna keep on doing what I do. And honestly, I've never felt any stronger community than now. Until further notice, I'm not gonna move off YouTube. There's way too much community here that I've never even realized existed. Well, I still want to make cookies and stuff for us, and I want to use YouTube to its fullest extent. So anyways, enough with the melodrama, I'll see you tomorrow. But first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Liana. She was the only person there who recognized me that I didn't know already. Sorry if I was a little awkward, you know how that one-way mirror is. Also, I'm thinking of naming this show which has no name. Get it? Let me know what you think. This is Way on The Great Adventure.